Welcome to the BNL Empowerment Audiobook program. You're about to embark on a transformative journey with Beyond the Breaking Point, your blueprint for resilience. This audiobook is designed to equip you with the tools, insights, and mindset shifts needed to thrive through adversity. Whether you're facing personal, professional, or emotional challenges, the lessons within will help you rise stronger, cultivate resilience, and discover your true potential. Let's begin this empowering experience together. Chapter 6: The Power of Mindset: Shifting Your Internal Compass. Your mindset is the lens through which you see the world, and it determines how you interpret challenges, setbacks, and opportunities. While discipline and habits form the backbone of success, mindset is the driving force behind how you approach life. The right mindset can transform adversity into opportunity, while a negative or fixed mindset can turn even the smallest obstacles into insurmountable barriers. The concept of mindset isn't just a buzzword, it's backed by years of psychological research. Dr. Carol Dweck, a Stanford University psychologist, has done pioneering work in this area, particularly through her research on what she calls the growth mindset versus the fixed mindset. The distinction between the two is one of the most critical determinants of success. Fixed versus growth mindset. In her landmark book, Mindset: The New Psychology of Success, Dweck explains that people with a fixed mindset believe that their abilities, intelligence, and talents are static traits. They're either born with them or they're not. People with this mindset often fear failure because they see it as a reflection of their inherent limitations. As a result, they shy away from challenges and give up more easily when faced with obstacles. By contrast, those with a growth mindset believe that abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, learning, and perseverance. For them, failure isn't a judgment on their worth or capabilities. It's an opportunity to grow. With this mindset, challenges become stepping stones rather than roadblocks. The implications of these two mindsets are profound. A fixed mindset leads people to avoid difficult tasks because they don't want to risk being seen as inadequate. But a growth mindset encourages taking on challenges, even in the face of failure, because the focus is on learning and improving. The impact of mindset on adversity. Mindset determines how you respond to adversity. When you experience failure or face a difficult situation, your reaction depends largely on whether you believe your circumstances can change or whether you see them as fixed. People with a fixed mindset tend to view adversity as a sign that they aren't cut out for success. They may think, "I knew I wasn't good enough," or "This is just how things are for me." This kind of thinking paralyzes growth and leads to a cycle of defeat. On the other hand, people with a growth mindset approach adversity with a different internal narrative. When faced with a challenge, they think, "What can I learn from this?" or "How can I improve and overcome this?" They recognize that growth often comes from discomfort, and they see failure as a natural part of the process. This allows them to persist longer, adapt more readily, and ultimately achieve greater success. The science of mindset and performance. Dweck's research has been validated in numerous real-world settings. In a 2007 study conducted on students, researchers found that those who were taught to adopt a growth mindset improved their grades and engagement with challenging material, compared to students who were not exposed to these ideas. Another study on athletes revealed that those with a growth mindset demonstrated higher levels of resilience and performance, particularly in high-pressure situations. These findings highlight the transformative impact of mindset on outcomes. Even in the business world, the power of mindset cannot be overstated. A 2017 study published in Harvard Business Review found that leaders with a growth mindset were more likely to foster innovation, embrace failure as part of the process, and encourage risk-taking within their teams. This led to more dynamic, creative, and successful organizations compared to those led by individuals with a fixed mindset. The internal dialogue, the stories we tell ourselves. At the heart of mindset is the story we tell ourselves about our experiences. The internal dialogue that takes place in your mind can either propel you forward or hold you back. If you find yourself constantly saying things like, "I'm not good enough," or "I'll never succeed," you're reinforcing a fixed mindset narrative that limits your potential. However, when you start to shift your internal dialogue to reflect a growth mindset, you open yourself up to new possibilities. Instead of saying, "I'm not good at this," say, "I'm not good at this yet." That one small word, "yet," completely changes the trajectory of your thinking. It turns a static statement into one full of potential and room for growth. Practical exercise. Here's a simple but effective exercise to begin shifting your mindset. Take a moment to reflect on a recent failure or challenge you faced. Write down the thoughts you had about the situation. Were they limiting or self-defeating? Now, rewrite those thoughts using a growth mindset approach. For example, fixed mindset, "I'll never get this right." Growth mindset, "This is difficult, but with more effort I can improve." Practice this regularly and you'll notice how your perception of challenges begins to shift. Over time, this small mental shift will lead to a dramatic change in how you approach adversity. The power of yet. One of the simplest but most powerful growth mindset tools is what Dweck calls the power of yet. When you're struggling with something, it's easy to say, "I can't do this." But adding the word yet to that sentence changes everything. "I can't do this yet" implies that improvement is possible, that effort will lead to growth. This small shift in language primes your brain to look for solutions and opportunities to learn, rather than shutting down in the face of difficulty. This isn't just a linguistic trick, there's neuroscience behind it. Research has shown that the brain is far more malleable than once thought. The concept of neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections, proves that our capabilities aren't set in stone. With effort and practice, we can literally rewire our brains to become better at the things we once struggled with. This reinforces the idea that a growth mindset is not just an optimistic outlook, but a practical strategy for self-improvement. Mindset and resilience. Your mindset plays a significant role in how resilient you are in the face of setbacks. Resilience isn't about avoiding adversity, it's about bouncing back from it. A growth mindset creates resilience because it encourages you to view failures as opportunities for growth. Instead of seeing adversity as something that derails you, you begin to see it as part of the process. In fact, resilience research consistently shows that those with a more flexible, adaptive mindset are better equipped to handle stress, uncertainty, and failure. A 2016 study published in Frontiers in Psychology examined the connection between mindset and emotional resilience, and found that individuals with a growth mindset were significantly more likely to exhibit resilience in challenging situations than those with a fixed mindset. This suggests that mindset isn't just about success in practical terms. It also influences your emotional well-being. Turning criticism into fuel. One of the biggest obstacles to developing a growth mindset is how we react to criticism. For many, criticism feels like a personal attack. It can trigger defensiveness and self-doubt, reinforcing a fixed mindset. But the truth is, criticism, when framed constructively, can be one of the most valuable tools for growth. People with a growth mindset view criticism differently. They see it as feedback, an opportunity to learn and improve. Instead of taking criticism personally, they ask themselves, "How can I use this to get better?" This mindset not only helps them improve, but also shields them from the emotional weight of taking every critique as a judgment on their worth. Consider legendary basketball coach John Wooden, who led UCLA to 10 national championships. Wooden instilled in his players the value of constant improvement. He taught them that the goal wasn't to be perfect, but to be better than they were yesterday. Criticism was simply a tool for achieving that progress. Wooden's teams thrived under this growth-oriented philosophy, becoming one of the most successful dynasties in sports history. The growth mindset in action. Take the example of Howard Schultz, the former CEO of Starbucks. Schultz grew up in a poor family in Brooklyn and faced numerous hardships throughout his life. When he first took over Starbucks, it was a small chain of coffee shops with no real brand identity. Schultz had a vision of transforming it into an iconic global brand, but he faced significant resistance from both investors and employees. His ideas were often criticized, and there were times when the company struggled. But Schultz didn't let criticism or adversity deter him. He embraced a growth mindset, constantly learning from failures and adjusting his approach. He once said, "In life, you can't quit when you face an obstacle. You must figure out a way to reinvent yourself." This mindset not only allowed him to persevere, but also to transform Starbucks into the global powerhouse it is today, with thousands of stores in over 80 countries. How to cultivate a growth mindset. Cultivating a growth mindset isn't something that happens overnight, but with deliberate practice, it can be developed. Here are some practical steps to start shifting your mindset. 1. Embrace challenges. Instead of avoiding difficult tasks, see them as opportunities to learn. The more you push yourself beyond your comfort zone, the more you'll grow. 2. Learn from failure. Reframe failure as a learning experience. Ask yourself, what can I do differently next time? This reflection turns mistakes into stepping stones. 3. Focus on effort over results. Don't just celebrate outcomes, celebrate the effort you put in, regardless of the result. This keeps you motivated and focused on improvement rather than perfection. 4. Seek feedback. Don't shy away from criticism. Instead, actively seek feedback from others and use it as a tool for growth. 5. Cultivate patience. Growth takes time. Be patient with yourself and trust the process. Progress often happens slowly, but it's the small, consistent efforts that lead to significant change. Shifting your compass. Your mindset is the internal compass that guides your journey through life. If you believe that your abilities are fixed, you'll navigate the world with hesitation and fear. But if you embrace the belief that you can grow, improve, and adapt, there's no limit to what you can achieve. With a growth mindset, adversity becomes an opportunity, and challenges become the fuel for your progress. In the next chapter, we'll explore how building strong relationships can amplify your ability to overcome adversity and create success in both your personal and professional life. Chapter 7. The Power of Relationships. No one succeeds alone,